This time on TrailRecon, Regina and I head to Joshua Tree for some nice, relaxing camping, then meet up with our very good friends Marc and Trish and get the opportunity to check out their classic RV. Then we'll take them off the beaten path in the park for some fun off-roading and exploring. The girls have a blast wheeling in the little yellow two-door on the trail. I tow off-road with the Bronco for the very first time and share my thoughts. I bravely let Marc behind the wheel and get his first impressions of driving the Bronco. But things didn't go perfectly as planned today because I did experience an electrical issue in the Bronco. Thanks for joining me as we explore today the Joshua Tree National Park. This place is beautiful. I love coming to Joshua Tree. And this morning, I'm here at the Jumbo Rocks campground where Regina and I arrived last night because we're here to meet up with our good friends from the YouTube channel, Keep Your Daydream, Marc and Trish and their son Caleb. And we had an amazing time with them last night around the campfire, eating some great food and just some awesome conversation. And today the plan is, after some coffee and some breakfast and warming up a little bit because it's a little chilly, Regina and I, she brought her Jeep, I've got the Bronco and the trailer, we're gonna go pick them up and we're gonna go explore some trails and just have some fun with them and just go see what we can find. Today's gonna be fun. I have no idea what we're gonna get into, but we're at Joshua Tree and we're with good friends, so it's gonna be a great day. I get asked all the time, how long do I percolate coffee for? And while there is no magic number, because it depends on the size of the pot and how strong you like your coffee, I find that around 5 minutes brews the perfect cup. This morning, Regina and I were in no big rush, and she wanted to make a nice hot and hearty breakfast, starting out with roasting some potatoes on the scuttle. She then chopped up some kielbasa, threw in some onions, along with a little zucchini, some seasonings and a few eggs. This was a very tasty and savory breakfast. The perfect hot meal for this very chilly morning. After a few cups of coffee and a wonderful breakfast, it was time to clean up, pack up camp, and begin making our way to meet up with Marc and Trish. This Jumbo Rocks campground was a great place to stay for the night and just happens to be one of the most popular campgrounds in Joshua Tree. But you will need a reservation to grab one of these many spots out here because it gets pretty full in the winter. In general, Regina and I prefer to be as remote as possible, but there are many beautiful established campgrounds out there, and sometimes the convenience of a nice one like this fits the bill perfectly. We were able to get a reservation just 24 hours prior, and it made our ability to meet up with Marc and Trish this morning way more convenient. Now, if you've never been out here to Joshua Tree National Park, I highly encourage you to add it to your bucket list. This park is a vast 1,235 square miles of captivating desert ecosystem with sculptured geological desert landscapes, rich history, and twisted and spiky Joshua trees. More than 2.4 million people visited this park last year, and while there are some great hiking trails, interesting things to see in the park, our goal for this day is to get off the beaten path and explore some of the less traveled trails. Regina and I have had a very nice morning. Lots of coffee, good breakfast. It did start to get pretty chilly. The wind picked up a little bit. It's actually very windy out this morning, but we've packed up camp and we're on our way to go pick up Marc and Trish. Now, they had to park at a different campground because of their massive RV, which is very cool. It's an old classic. We'll show it to you. But we're going to go pick them up and bring them in the Bronco and the Jeep, and we're just going to go explore. I think we're going to head down to Geology Tour Road and then maybe go down Berdoo Canyon, maybe find a spot for lunch, just have some fun, some good camaraderie, give them a chance to drive the Bronco and see what their thoughts are. And this is the first time that I've towed the trailer with the Bronco, and so far just on road, I don't even notice it's back there. It's very nice. The Bronco is stable. It's got lots of power, and so it's been pretty good so far. But we'll do a more in-depth discussion about that. But today will be the first time towing the trailer off-road with the Bronco, so we'll share a little bit of that. So just a little bit, and we're gonna go pick these guys up. Good morning, guys.
Hey.
How are you?
Morning. Yeah.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? You guys have a good night?
Good. Getting a little work done.
We had an unlevel night, but it was very relaxing and very peaceful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very unlevel. Did I mention it was unlevel?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a bummer. Well, we were chilly. It was very cold where we were at. So.
You know, we don't have a heater in this because we don't have a propane tank.
Yeah.
But it's so well insulated that we were warm.
Nice.
We have little heaters, but when we're running on battery, we try not to use them because they just sucks out our energy source.
But as long as you're getting footage of the bird, you got to go out and look at the array of solar panels on the roof.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love this thing. It's an old classic. What year is this again?
84.
84. Super
That
cool.
green shag carpet is
Oh.
phenomenal.
I know, it's something to desire.
Some would say it's called the shaggin' wagon. We have heard before it's called the shaggin' wagon because of the shag carpet.
Yes.
Bring the outside inside with
Yes.
the grass kind of look.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
See?
that. Very good.
You want a quick tour
Yes.
of the Route 66
Okay, I'll
upholstery?
scoot out.
No, you give them a tour.
When you come in here, it's a mood. So, you know, you kind of want to chill. We call this the lounge. We just need a disco ball. And, but anyway, it's really tons of storage, really comfortable. You can take these back pieces off, and then you have 2 twin beds up here.
Oh, yeah. I
And
love the
then-
fabric. Is that the original?
Yes. No, it was updated by 2 owners ago.
Okay.
And it gave us our inspiration to go down Route 66. So we did it.
super
We checked it. This bird has been across the country.
That's awesome.
And for the most part, reliable. Sir Wood.
This thing is super cool.
So if there was one complaint we had when we did an RV tour about the bird, it's that this is the bottleneck. So, you know, back in the day they didn't really have any slides, so we can't make it wider, and Charlie likes to sleep right there.
So you're stepping over.
But a couple cool things though, we did update the fridge to the Dometic 12 volt.
Okay.
So I know you're familiar with the CFX.
Yep.
We love the CFX too. We had it in our teardrop, but they took the motor out of the CFX and they started putting them in these. So this is a compressor fridge, and stays super cold and only draws 50 watts, which is pretty killer, and tons of space.
That's awesome.
And then three full closets, which is cool.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of people talk about the I Love Lucy beds, but I will tell you what's really cool about twin beds is that I'm able to walk all the way to the back of the rig. Because if this is a queen, we'd be walking around in an RV. They're hard to make. So the fact that you've got like storage up here and here, and you can actually just get dressed. Plus Trish and Caleb come back here and they do homework and they just chill out. So it's like a whole nother area to the RV for people to go.
I'm a sucker for checking out old vehicles, even this old RV. Mark will tell you that there are pros and cons to traveling in a classic, but one thing is for sure, they don't make them like they used to. Okay, time to hit the road and go find some dirt. All right, we're on the road into Joshua Tree.
It's awesome.
First time, either one of you have been in a Bronco, yes?
First time.
First impressions?
Comfortable, quiet, fast. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm happy.
yeah. I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's good.
How's it back there, kid?
I love it back here. I mean, there's room for aerobics, you know.
Yeah?
I mean, I could see myself writing some emails, maybe.
Okay.
Is it quiet with the rooftop, with
It
the
is quiet.
soft top?
It is quiet,
Yeah.
especially compared to a Jeep. Not trying to, but just in general, it is very quiet.
Yeah, I think there's pros and cons to the Ford and the Jeep, but I like it so far. Okay, Joshua Tree. When was the last time you were in Joshua Tree?
2017.
Must have been a while.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go off the grid a little bit. I think it specifically says 4x4 off-road only, and then we're actually gonna go outside of the park through a pretty cool canyon. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it. So.
Awesome. Can't wait. And then Trish and Regina are behind us.
Yeah, they're back there, and I think we got to get Trish to drive. Is it
You know, I tell you
possible?
what, she will, but I think she's probably just enjoying sitting in the passenger seat, talking to Regina, and maybe learning from Regina.
Oh, got it.
But I can always take her place.
But Regina's Jeep is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's super nice. She
Yes.
loves that thing.
Yeah.
She loves that thing. After about driving halfway into the park, we looked for a place to pull over to make a quick driver's change, but I think I just walked into a
We were
trap.
just having a conversation around Trish's. I said I'm going to get the Bronco, and she's now talking about another dog. And I said we're not playing that game again. That's how I got an F450 that I drove for 1 year, and Trish got a dog that is now 3 years old.
So you just got 2 new vehicles. I deserve another cat.
Here we go.
See?
Sorry
You're
for opening.
welcome.
Sorry for opening that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, that was a total setup. I'm sure I'll be hearing about getting another pet for a while. Okay, time for Mark to get behind the wheel.
So first impressions driving it is it feels mean.
Yeah,
It
feels
I
aggressive.
Like, it does. It feels aggressive. I like where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Like you're taller than I am, but I like that I'm sitting up high because as you know, far more than I, you go over trails and you can't see the trail.
Right.
But I don't feel like I'm sitting on a phone book or anything, but I feel like I like looking down on the hood like that. And of course I'm used to an F-250 where, you're like, it's like a Peterbilt.
Yeah.
And I like the window's nice and long.
Right.
The steering wheel placement, it seems correct. Like, it seems correct.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. And I heard the seats were comfortable, and they really are.
I really like these seats. Yeah, it's funny. So I have the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, the hybrid, and I have this one. The 4xe is, on paper and on pavement is faster than this. But this feels faster because it's got that aggressive grunt to it when you step on it. So
Yeah. Now, not in comparison to the Jeep, but is it fast?
Is this fast?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it just...
Yeah,
It
it
grunts.
doesn't throw you back, but it sounds like it
Yeah.
does. It sounds like it should. It sounds like a Mustang or something, right?
I mean, it's got 400 pound-feet of torque. That's a good amount of torque.
That's a decent amount of torque, and we are also towing.
Right.
And that's, you said...
2,400 pounds, depending how much water we have on there. It was interesting hearing his thoughts about the Bronco, but to be fair, I think Mark is a Ford guy, so he's probably a little biased. After reaching the west side of the park, we arrived to Geology Tour Road, which is an 18-mile easy stretch of trail which has some fascinating landscapes along the way. But we'll be going even further and getting a little more technical.
Hello.
Hi.
I would like to introduce this segment as Trail Time.
I love it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I think we should share what our favorite things are
Okay.
in RV world versus overlanding world.
Okay.
Oh, we're rolling out. You have to
I guess
multitask.
drive would help. You know.
And so like greatest thing, and hardest thing.
Okay.
So for me, greatest thing RV, I get to bring my bed, my coffee, my dog, my family to all corners of the States, Mexico, Canada.
Okay. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You?
Greatest thing is we get to go explore some trails and see places around the country that a lot of people don't get to see without a Jeep and clearance, and we've seen some beautiful places in the backcountry.
I bet.
That's amazing.
Well, I know because I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Brad. He's running up.
This is how he gets his exercise now that he's not in the Navy.
This is legit filming. Okay, worst, hardest. Let's call it hardest.
That's really tough. I mean, I guess when I first started doing this full time with Brad, learning to slow down.
Ooh.
You think, okay, yeah, I can slow down, I can relax. Everybody wants to do that. But when you've been, working full time and working, I'm talking like 12, 14, 16 hours a day, and just going nonstop, it's really hard to put the brakes on.
Yeah.
And to be without technology. That was really going off grid and not being able to reach my kids. Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard. Really
That's
hard.
tricky.
You?
I'm still digesting no connection. For me, I would say decision fatigue.
Okay.
Trying to figure out like where we're going, because when we go on a trip for like 10 days, you kind of have to know where you're going.
Right, it's already planned.
But if you go on a trip for 6 months, which is what we normally do,
Yeah.
it's like, well, we just kind of free it. We're like, oh, it'll
Okay.
all kind of come together, but sometimes it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, oh
But
my
you
gosh,
make it
I
look
don't.
so effortless.
Oh, right. I think sometimes it's just like I just want to know where I'm going to be,
Okay.
and so that's the trickiest part for me.
Okay, I can see that. That would be hard.
So I think that concludes trail time.
Okay.
For now.
For now. We can revisit it later.
Yeah, this is a good little situation here. Goodbye.
This is Brad's GoPro.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me know.
Well, he has trusted us to say things.
I know, but I knew it was Brad's because it's tactical. It has
It's
a light.
got every accessory.
It has a microphone. It's set up perfectly.
I didn't know you could do a build on a GoPro, but apparently you can. We have a stock GoPro 10.
Yes.
And Brad has a full build.
We got a fancy clip, okay? We got a fancy clip.
Yeah.
I think we can go. Is we ready to go?
Here.
Yeah, we can go.
There you go.
We roll out?
Yep, whenever you guys are ready.
Alrighty. Okay, so I will tell you, I will share with you what it's like being out here with Brad recording video. First of all, he gets as much exercise as I do getting wheeling videos.
Yes.
But if you want to go see on our channel some of the, like, because we're getting behind the scenes in a way, and it's fun, right? Like, in fact, when I was driving the Bronco, Caleb was getting shots of Brad getting the shot.
Yes.
Which has been pretty cool. But
you have some really nice things. Your jackets, headlamps.
well, actually, Caleb, it's funny you should bring that up because this has Baja mode. And Trish,
What?
I think we could lose them. Just go full Baja mode.
Yeah, right. Okay, this is stunning.
It is.
Where we are, what we're doing. What trail is this?
Man, this is awesome.
Oh, we're on Geology Tour Trail in Joshua Tree, and then we're heading out of the park, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Now, since we have Brad's camera,
Yes.
I will also say for those that watch TrailRecon, and we pretty much digested
We're part of
everything on TrailRecon when we first got our Rubicon with the off-road teardrop. We dove deep
Yes.
on TrailRecon. So
I went
for those,
like this. Well, what does Brad say?
Yeah, exactly. So for those that do follow TrailRecon, I know you do because you're watching this, and you're wondering what are Brad and Regina like off camera, just what you see on camera.
Super fun.
Yeah, just what you see.
Super knowledgeable. And
Very
kind.
Very diligent, very prepared, very generous, and so it's been a lot of fun to hang out with them, get to know them a little bit better, and be out here in this Bronco. So thanks for the opportunity to test drive our next off-road vehicle.
He's doing a good job, guys. He is.
I'm working every angle. She's got the seat heaters on, all right? I know what buttons to push, and it's the seat heater button.
This is the best. I told Brad, when you get in here, you're going to have a straight hot flash.
That's
and
what
your
it's like.
knees, and your knees are going to get banged up against the thing because I'm so far forward.
I don't know if anyone can relate with that, but for us, that's what it's like. When I get into the passenger seat, when Trish is driving, I'm trying to figure out why I'm so hot because all the air conditioning vents are turned off. And when I get into the driver's seat, I'm wondering why I'm having a hot flash and I have to turn off the seat heaters. But you do a great job getting out there.
Thank you.
So Caleb asked Brad what his favorite place was, and I loved your answer. You said your favorite place is where your best memories are.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the place, but who you were with.
Right.
And we've experienced the same thing. We ask us all the time, and we'll always say Banff because Banff is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You've got glacier water. It's the top of the very top of the Rocky Mountains, where you've got all these granite coming right out of the river. There's bighorn sheep crossing the road. It's not even a national park. It's just in Canada they just call that the highway. Right? It's just crazy. And the water, like I said, is glacier, so it's got that sparkly, bright blue.
Yeah.
And so we always tell people, a lot of people want to go to Alaska, which is awesome. And we say, well, look, if you don't have time to go to Alaska, because it can take 45 days in an RV, then just go up to British Columbia, you go up to Banff and Whistler, and it just blow you away. So that's kind of our designated, favorite spot. But you're right, it has more to do with all the memories and who you're with. And sometimes we do videos, like in Mackinac Island, we did a video. And Mackinac Island is awesome because you can't have any cars, so it's all horse carriage and bicycles, and it's just this really unique experience. But sometimes people go there and it feels a little touristy, like Main Street on Disneyland. It's like, well, yeah, but when we were there, we were with our friends, and it was just this perfect scenario where all the stars aligned and it came together, and it made for this great trip. And you can have that anywhere in your backyard.
like it.
We're back. You thought of a new question.
I did. So, what has been your most favorite place that you have ever been RVing?
Okay.
And the most interesting. And hopefully they're different.
Okay. All right.
But if not, that's okay.
Most beautiful, and this is like perfect for your audience.
Okay.
Was with the Jeep and the teardrop, and we went down the one.
Oh, that's a great drive.
Pfeiffer State Park.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
It feels like you're on summer camp. You look up into those big trees, and it's just gorgeous.
Okay.
Stunning. You?
So, on our way to Overland Expo Mountain in Colorado, we stopped at this little campsite near Gypsum, Colorado.
Yes.
It was beautiful. It was right by a river, and there were trees everywhere, and it was just so relaxing and soothing, and yeah, it was just gorgeous. And the stars.
Okay, most interesting? I have to say the most like jam-packed for a family, and I guess I'll just lump that into interesting.
Yeah.
Is going to Washington D.C.
Yeah. That's
Everything
amazing.
Is, yes, and if you do a nighttime drive and go online and find out where all the tours are, because there's nighttime tours, and you just get their itinerary.
Okay.
And you could go do it yourself. And then you
clever.
You can download, there's all these apps that will give you an audio tour.
Okay.
And if you do it like at sunset and then all the lights start coming on on the monuments, it's fantastic. I had to find interesting ways to do places when you have 5 people.
Yeah, and kids.
Right. And so like if you're going to a ticket town, it could get expensive really fast.
Yes, it can.
Whereas Washington D.C., like everything is free.
It is.
So
I love the museums.
Yes. And you?
So on our way to Overland Expo East, there's a pattern here because I've been to many places, we stopped by this, it's not really overlanding, but Uranus, Missouri. Oh my gosh.
Been there, done that, check the box.
So much fun.
Almost bought the fudge.
We didn't buy the fudge, but their saltwater taffy was amazing.
Oh!
But it was just a fun, quirky little stop that, you know, if we hadn't been heading to Overland Expo East, we never would have driven past it.
Yeah, right.
It was awesome. So it was definitely one of the most interesting places.
That's on Route 66, so it's very fun. They also
I think actually we were talking to you guys and we thought we might pass each other.
I think we were there at different times on the same day. How random is that?
I know. That was cool.
So we've been on the trail for about 2 hours, just having a great time, nothing hard or difficult. And we've pulled over here to grab a little bite to eat for lunch. So Regina's throwing together some food. And then we're going to start dropping down into the canyon. So you can see it gets a lot more rocky over here. The terrain's gonna change up a little bit, but nothing crazy difficult, but still gonna be a lot of fun out here. Mentioned earlier, this was the first time towing a trailer with my Bronco, and while on-road is effortless, off-road is equally as easy. The Bronco has plenty of power, so crawling over rocks, climbing up small grades, and navigating tight turns has been no problem. Now, I will credit most of that to the capability of this trailer, which over the last years has never let me down. The one challenge I had today was some glitch issue with the charging system. I got a few notifications saying the charging system needed to be serviced. The voltmeter was all over the place and the screen shut down on me a couple times. This progressively got worse on my drive home later in the evening, but the Bronco continued to operate normally otherwise. I'll update you all on what the cause was once the dealer has it all sorted out. Fingers crossed. A fun technical obstacle up just ahead that will get one or two wheels off the ground. We have had the best day out exploring those trails. We've just all had such a great time. If you get the opportunity to come out to Joshua Trees, there are a ton of trails within the park that will take you outside the park, and then there's a whole network of trails all around the park where you can go explore and camp, and I encourage you to come out here. We're going to be doing it again. There's some other mines and stuff we want to go explore on the other side of the park, so we're going to come back out here again. And look, if you have not been over to Keep Your Daydream on the YouTube channel, go over there. If you are into RV and into travel, you will love the content they have over there. They are so much fun. Thank you again, Mark, Trish, and Caleb for joining us on this adventure. We've had a blast, and I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with us in this video. If you haven't been over to TrailRecon.com, make sure you go visit us. Thanks for watching.